two weathered shepherds stand before Egypt's most powerful man, demanding he release an entire slave nation. It sounds like insanity, but this isn't a request. It's a command from the God of Israel. The air is thick with a pride that's about to shatter an entire kingdom. Aaron throws his shepherd's staff to the marble floor, and the court gasps as it writhes, scales catching the torchlight, a living serpent coiling at Pharaoh's feet. Pharaoh's magicians smirk, muttering their secret arts, and their own staffs twist into snakes, matching the miracle. Then Aaron's serpent strikes. It swallows theirs whole, one by one, until only God's snake remains, a silent sign that no power on earth can stand against the Lord. Moses raises his staff over the Nile, and the great river, Egypt's beating heart, turns thick and red. The fish float belly up. The stench rises like a funeral pyre. Every well, every irrigation ditch, every drinking cup fills with blood. They dig desperately along the riverbank, searching for water that isn't poison. Pharaoh's magicians match the sign, but the damage is done. Egypt's lifeblood has become a curse. The Lord struck at what they worshipped most, and the Nile bled. They spill from the Nile, not dozens, but millions, flooding every corner of Egypt. Pharaoh finds them in his bed, his bowl, even his oven. There is no escape. He summons Moses, desperate. Plead with the Lord to take them away, and I will let your people go. The frogs die in heaps, rotting across the land. And the moment relief comes, Pharaoh hardens his heart again. Aaron bends down and scoops up a handful of dust from the palace floor. He throws it into the air, and the fine powder rides into life. Gnats swarm everywhere, biting man and beast with relentless torment. The magicians try to mimic the miracle, but their fingers twitch uselessly. This is the finger of God, they whisper to Pharaoh. But his heart stays iron hard, refusing to let Israel go. Then God sent a plague that didn't just touch Egypt, it filled it. Flies swarmed into every palace, every home, every bowl of food. But in Goshen, where the Israelites lived, not a single fly. God drew a visible line between his people and Pharaoh's, proving he knows exactly who belongs to him. Then God struck at Egypt's wealth. Their cattle, horses, and flocks began to die in droves. Pharaoh sent men to Goshen to see if Israel was suffering the same fate. They returned with news that shook him. Not one animal belonging to Israel was dead. God was drawing a clear line between those who obeyed him and those who resisted. Moses scoops up soot from the furnace and throws it toward heaven. It spreads across Egypt like fine dust, and wherever it lands, painful boils break out on skin. Even the magicians who had challenged Moses are covered in sores, too crippled to stand before Pharaoh. Egypt's spiritual power is broken, humiliated, and utterly powerless before the God who commands the dust. Moses lifts his staff, and heaven tears open. Fire and hail slam into Egypt like nothing they've ever seen. Flax and barley are shredded. Livestock caught in the fields drop where they stand. But in Goshen, not a single hailstone falls. God's people watch untouched as Egypt gets broken. Pharaoh's pride has a price, and the storm is only the warning. Moses stretches his hand toward heaven, and something impossible happens. The sun doesn't just set, it vanishes. For 3 days, Egypt is trapped in a blackness so thick you could feel it pressing against your skin. No one could move. No one could light a lamp. The sun god Ra had failed them completely. But in Goshen, where God's people lived, every home had light. This time, the warning is different. No plague to reverse, no chance to bargain. Moses tells them to mark their doorposts with lamb's blood, a sign that will protect their firstborn from the death about to sweep through Egypt. Every Egyptian home will hear a cry that night. But those who trust God's word and stay inside the marked doors will be spared. The wail that rips through Egypt at midnight is unlike anything the world has ever heard. Every house without blood on its doorframe now holds a corpse, and Pharaoh finally breaks. He summons Moses and Aaron in the dark and screams for them to go. Take every Israelite, every animal, everything. Just leave. And so God's people walk out of slavery, not as fugitives, but as a nation set free by blood.